Right, though. Like my dad always says, back to work. Right. Um, Thank you for those that have been sending me messages. I do appreciate it. As I said last time, I just want to share this while it's still fresh in my memory and also just to put it out there as a living record. Not only for me, but also for anybody that is interested or anybody that wants to take up the challenge and do it themselves down the line as well. So you can basically see how it was. But yeah, as I promised you the other day, I thank you again for those that have subscribed, those that are watching. By all means, please continue subscribing. As I said, I'll be uploading every couple of days the next installment or another video or so. But I'm also uploading the shorts, a whole bunch of shorts from that specific day. Also, just as to include to follow up on the story. But yeah, where we left off last time, I had reached my destination on day one in Gordons Bay, and after having a lovely meal and a good night rest and a very uncomfortable shower, to be honest with you, yeah, I woke up the next morning bright and early. Had to leave really early because my host for the evening, Jock and Lindsay, they were actually working still, so I had to be out of the house just about 7 or before 7 because, as I said, they their respective jobs and they had to leave early. But again, thank you to them. So I was dropped off. He dropped me off. Jacques dropped me off back at my starting goal, which is there next to the Checkers by Gordons Bay Mall on the main road, so Lowry's Pass Road. So I got there around about 7, and you'll see I'll post a video later on again. And it's ironic. Today is Friday again, and it's again cold and it's again wet. So it's ironic because that day I started off and it was cold, it was wet, and it was difficult to get started. Again, similar to today, another day of difficulty to get started. Yeah, guys, forgive my cap. I am desperate need of a haircut, so I'm just covering up for now. But yeah, so I started the morning off, right, and it was a bit of a slow walk, to be honest with you, because as I said, I was cold, I was uncomfortable. I mean, the day before, I was all energized. I was basically operating on excitement, on adrenaline. So I didn't really feel it. However, on the 24th, Friday, the 24th of March, um, at this point, my feet was swollen. This was when the whole knee pain was coming in, and this is where the back pain and a little bit of feet problems also, blisters and pains and whatever. Um, at this point, just to give a little bit of information, so it was my birthday, the 23rd. But my family, we had a little bit of a get together here on the Sunday just before I was due to leave. And on that Sunday, my auntie gifted me this pair of lovely tackies or running shoes, basically. However, it hasn't been broken in, so as you can imagine, it was quite a bit of a, yeah, still need to be broken in. But nevertheless, so I've got the shoes on this morning, right? Because the day before I had the running shoes, and the next day, as I knew I was going up Lowry's Pass, I knew I'm going to need grip because it was raining. So I put on my hiking shoes and I'm going up there. Now that old Lowry's road, there is no pavement along the side of the road. So it's the road and then it's just gravel alongside the road. And I'm walking up on this gravel, and I'm telling you, in the morning it's cold, your feet are cold, you're feeling every little pebble through those shoes. Every walk you make, it's not steady because as you tramp, your foot slides on the gravel. Tramp, foot slides, so you're not getting grip. It is uncomfortable. Now you're walking and you're trying to keep your balance and your momentum because you've got this massive bag on your back as well, right? But nevertheless, I'm walking. I didn't eat that morning. I think I just had that Future Life porridge here. Small little bowl, like little hamster size bowl. But I've got something in my stomach, and I got a banana, and I'm walking. and I'm cold, right? Even the flask, not the flask, the water bottle that I've got, but it's this metal canister water bottle, this hiking water bottle that I bought at ShopRite Checkers Hyper. But nevertheless, and my hands are freezing. I've got gloves on, however, it's freezing to the that ice water of the bottle is cold. My back there, for some another reason, there's a little gap somewhere in my t-shirt, and I'm feeling the wind coming up there, and I'm getting cold. Like we can turn and say, ik het 'n trek gevang. I've got a pain up my back. I don't know what's going on, but I'm pushing on. And I'm walking and I come to eventually the turn where Lowry's Pass Road turns and it goes up over the mountain. Geez, I'm standing there at the bottom and I'm seeing how this road is winding, winding. I'm seeing the trucks going and struggling up that hill, and I'm thinking, there's no pavement, right? For those of you that have driven that road already, you'll see that there is not even a hazard, a yellow lane, a pull-off zone or anything, right? As you go up the mountain, you literally have this much space between the barrier and the road. There is literally no space to walk. To walk, right? Never mind a car. To walk. I'm a thinnish guy with a bag on my back. And as I'm walking up this road, now I'm purposely walking on the oncoming traffic side, right? Obviously, don't want cars behind you. But I'm walking, and this bag of mine is so massive that every time a truck comes down, remember they're coming down at speed down the mountain. Every time a truck comes past, that wind hits you, and that wind hits the bag, and the bag is like this massive parachute. And I'm trying not to fall backwards, and trying not to get tipped over or anything like that. But I'm pushing on. And I'm walking. So what I've decided, I realized that every time when a truck or a big vehicle comes past, then I'm rather gonna stand still. I'm gonna grab onto the barrier, and steady myself like that, right? And that kind of works well for me. And so it goes, and I'm walking up Salaris Pass. And the second day, look, I knew that the distance itself was just about 30 k's. It wasn't a lot to go over the mountain into Grabouw. My endpoint was supposed to be Grabouw post office, right? But more on that later. So I was taking it easy because the day before I had 15 hours. So this day I knew it's only about 5-10 hours, not going to be like too heavy or anything like that. But so I'm walking, man, and I'm walking up this, and I'm telling you, as I'm ascending, right, I'm looking back, and the water space getting smaller and smaller. However, this mountain just doesn't want to get smaller. And I'm walking up this mountain, and I'm telling you, every car that's coming past, they hooting at me, almost like to say, "Go back, go back! What you doing? Why are you walking there? There's nobody walking there, right?" This is the part of the journey where I got told by friends and family, that wanna scare you. They were telling me, "No, you must be careful of the baboons and the wild animals on the mountain, man." Right? So I'm not gonna lie. I'm walking, and and I don't know if those that seen. I don't believe in weapons first and foremost. I don't like knives. Don't like guns. Nothing like that. However, wifey made me promise, and I took the stick. I have this stick, just like a plain old stick that I use sometimes, just for the wild dogs. When I'm walking my dog to protect him against some other dogs. I don't worry. I don't eat dogs. I don't eat dogs. But nevertheless, so I'm walking with a stick, and I've got this stick, and I am so paranoid. I'm looking around everywhere, just trying to obviously, stay calm, but also, to go up. So I'm getting there. I'm getting almost about halfway up the mountain, and I'm telling you, the most amazing view ever. I'm standing there. I'm taking photos, and I can't believe where I am. So I walk further on up. There's a little drain that protrudes out of the mountain. uh, don't know if that's the right saying, but there's this little drain, this manhole covered drain, but it's this platform that's protruding out to the side of the hill. So I'm standing on there, and then I decided to have a little bit of a snack. So you'll see in the video that I post later on, the amazing view. I stood there and I had a little prayer. I said my prayer for the day. Um, I was grateful. Yeah, it was cold. Yeah, I was uncomfortable and all of that. But again, this was at the point when the excitement started to hit me. I couldn't believe that I'm doing this again. Um, Many people, friends, did not believe me when I said was going to do this. Many people said, you can't do it, it's too old, it's too heavy, it's too far. All sorts of things, constant negativity. And I must be honest with you, I started to believe it. I started to drink the Kool-Aid, as they say, you know? And we get so wrapped up in what other people think. We allow ourselves to be influenced by other people. Just because someone else can't do it, they make you believe that you can't do it. I have been imprinted over the last 40 years of my life. Other people's negativity, other people's bullshit. I'm telling you, this day was the first of many where I felt like for the first time in my life I was taking back the power that was placed in me at birth by my Creator. I stood there, said a prayer, sat on the railings, had an apple. I am so sick of apples. I'm telling you guys, I ate so many apples. I can't believe a tree didn't sprout in my stomach. But yeah, no, I sat there, had a little snack. That is just before the summit. I don't know if summit's the right word, but anyway. So I climb up, I climb over, and then I continue up. Continue on for another half an hour or so. Again, walking on oncoming traffic. Every time a truck or a big van pulls up or bus pulls up, I'm holding for dear life onto the side of the railing. Um, yeah, 30 centimeters this way, massive truck gonna hit me. 30 centimeters that way, massive fall down the mountain. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I wish it was possible for you guys to stop alongside the road and just to take photos or just to turn back. Now, further on up, about 100 meters up, I got to the actual point where there's the marker where it says Lowry's Pass, 432 meters above sea level. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I made it. So I'm obviously chuffed. I'm excited because I did it. I made it up this heavy mountain again. That was a concern that I had in planning. I thought that this mountain would kill me, right? With this heavy bag. Remember, I got about 30 kilograms, 30 to 40 kilograms worth of stuff on my back, clothing, food, waters. At this point, no, the first days I was still filling a hot water flask and a cold water flask. I had 2 liters of water. I had 3 energites, and I had one flask, a 500 ml flask of water. So I was over prepared, right? And I had a whole lot of heavy stuff that I also chucked in my bag. But nevertheless, I make it up to the summit, right? And there's a little park, man, a little pool of part where you can pull off and take photos. So I'll go there, and there's like this little brick wall that you can stand on, not brick wall, like stone wall that was built probably like 500 years ago. And I go and I'm standing there, and I'm gonna take photos, and I'm all excited, right? As I'm about to take the selfie, I turn around and I see the sign that says baboons, beware. And I'm like, okay. I'm standing there and I'm looking around, and I start hearing sounds, Now I'm a city boy. I'm used to dog sounds, as you can hear my dog outside. I'm used to dogs. I'm used to cats. I'm used to crickets. I'm not used to or any kind of weird sound like that. I'm hearing this, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I jump off there, grab my bag, my sandwiches, because again, they say you shouldn't leave your food out, or because it obviously attracts them, and you obviously shouldn't feed them. I grab my food and I run, and I start making my way down over the back. I'm telling you, as you come over the crest or over the hill, and you can see there in the distance. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I keep walking, and I think it's the Steenbras Dam that is here on your right hand side. Probably wrong. Probably wrong. Don't quote me. But I saw this beautiful dam here on the side, and I'm looking, and I can see untouched nature. Right, beautiful trees, beautiful water, just peaceful, mirrored water. Like you can see the sky, and oh, it's beautiful. Just everything was amazing. That's the one thing about this trip, right? You're going to hear me repeat quite a bit, is that nature. I was overwhelmed daily with the beauty of Mother Nature. I know it sounds cheesy, but you gotta get out there. We live such fast lives, we don't always stop to smell the roses. We don't always stop to look and see what's around us. Um, and I'm telling you, being alone with your thoughts, walking slowly and observing and looking around. I eventually moved on about another half an hour or further on. There's the Steenbras Dam encatchment where I stopped to have another snack. At this point, I was stopping at least every hour or so because, as I said, the previous day I pushed myself and I tired myself out. So to this day, I didn't want to exert myself too much. But I'm pushing and I keep walking and I get to the Steenbras Dam encatchment. Post a little video also of that later. And I managed to take off my shoes, and I'm telling you, at this point, I took off my shoes and I was literally peeling the shoes off because it was so tight. But I sat there and I just watched the world go by. Met quite a few people as they were going in and out there because I don't know. I think they work there, municipal workers. But again, it was amazing just sitting there and just absorbing the smells, standing in the gravel, Like in Afrikaans here in Cape Town, we call it rooi sand, red sand basically, rooi sand. Just to feel, um, this is earth, this is my home, this is Africa. Um, I sat there and I just watched the cars going by, and I felt so at ease. It was such an ethereal moment. Again, the first of many. I sat there and God was here. Um, the day before, I had started to get a little bit fear towards the end of my trip. When I was walking through Gordon's Bay, through Strand especially. Um, I was walking alone. I was cold. It's going to get dark, so fear did creep in a bit. But on this Friday, I was so at ease. I finished up and I continued walking, and I was in a good space. So as I'm walking, I walk past the first part of Grabouw. It is the informal settlement area. It's quite a big area actually, quite a big. I was actually surprised at how long this informal settlement eventually went on. But nevertheless, I continued further on and I eventually got to my turn off um, into Grabouw, the main road. So as I turned off there, at this point, I hadn't been walking with my cell phone on me. I hid it deep in my bag just on the odd chance that, to prevent, any person trying to rob me, take my phone or anything like that. So at this point, as I entered into Grabouw, there is a BP garage right at the entrance. It's like up the steep little hill, and then right on top, even further up the hill, is the super spa with a bunch of other shops. So I figured I'm gonna go stop there, have a snack. But as I'm walking by this BP garage, because I meant to go fill up my water bottle, as I'm walking there, I look on my phone on WhatsApp and I see that I got a message from the person that I had reached out to in Grabouw for accommodation. Unfortunately, due to circumstances, at that point, they informed me that they could not assist. Oh my! I can't explain to you guys how that hit me in the gut. that I was without accommodation. I literally fell to the floor, and I had nothing to say. I was exhausted. I was tired. I was freaked out because look, a lot of this was incumbent on me getting accommodation by friends or by church people, right? I did not have enough money to go to Airbnbs because again, this was all funded out of my own pocket. So I'm sitting there on the floor in front of Super Spa, and I'm probably looking so weird because this girl stopped me there and she's like, "Excuse me, you can't sit here." They probably thought that I was a beggar or something the way I was looking because I was stinking at that point and I just looked nasty. But I was laying there on the floor and I put out this plea onto my WhatsApp profile, and I put out a plea to anybody that can assist. And I must say, within 10 minutes of me posting that to my status, I received so many phone calls and so many messages from you guys. I want to say thank you to all of you out there. You know who you are. I don't want to mention all your names, but again, thank you, thank you, thank you. After about 10, 15 minutes, I got um, a friend of mine, Anthea, reached out. She and my friend Shanae, two girls that I work with, they reached out and they told me that a friend of theirs, Billy, that's in their team at work, he's got some family members that stays out in Grabouw that are able to assist. Now, at this point, I was just grateful for anything. So, Billy, Ivan, Bester, thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anthea Lemaya, thank you. Shawnee Daniels, thank you. You guys know who you are, what you did for me. I appreciate it. So I'm sitting there. I get this message, and it's Billy's family that reached out to me. It's Jeanette and Cyril Adrianse. They are part of the Khoi Council um, in Knoflokskraal. I hope I said that right. Knoflokskraal is reclaimed land for our people. They are part of that settlement. They reach out and they say they're on their way, they're going to come fetch me. Within 5-10 minutes, they are there. I hastily jump into the van, into the car, and we drive about another kilometer or two out from where we were, stopped at Super Spa, Grabouw, come to their home. It's this beautiful piece of land in the middle of this forest, I can say. There are a few settlers around us, everybody with their own little um, makeshift homes, self-built homes. Beautiful, beautiful. I come inside and I must be honest with you. You know you have your own predetermined expectations when you hear informal settlement. You hear no water, no electricity, and you immediately think of the worst case scenario. It's not the case. Yeah. I was taken to a beautiful home, a warm home, built by the hands of these two on this amazing land with this amazing views. Again, I will post some videos later on. I'm sitting there with them and we are discussing, and they're telling me that um, the Klipfontein Royal Aboriginal Council, that's what they are part of. They tell me about the um, the the roles that they've been doing, the work that they've been doing in order to can push the movement. They're telling me about the importance that this is towards our people as colored people, the Khoi San people of Cape Town. They're sharing with me the importance of us knowing our roots, our ancestry, and what it is that they are doing in order to can advance and move this forward. I am grateful for the knowledge that they implanted and imparted on me. I am grateful for the meal that they gave me. I'm grateful for getting to know you guys. Jeanette, Cyril, I can't wait to take a drive out to come and sit with you guys on that stoop once again and have a cup of tea. And cook sisters. I love the cook sister. So after a few pleasantries and spending a whole time together and having a nice meal, they basically take me to my accommodation, which is the home right next door. This home right next door actually belongs to a sister who's still living in Cape Town, who comes out there every now and then. This home is so quaint and so cozy and so beautifully designed. It's so antique, it's so chic, it's so it reminded me of my grandma's home. And I don't mean it in a disrespectful way at all. It reminded me of home. It immediately made me feel comfortable. This home, right? Although I had no electricity or no plumbing, this is the first time I actually in my life saw an outside toilet, the long drop. So it was quite an experience. But I'm telling you, it is so quiet there in the middle of nature with all these trees, no neighbors for miles. I have a nap and I sleep a good couple of hours. And I get a message stating, come on down. And the home is literally about 100 meters away. But it's in the dark, there's no light. Nothing. I put on my headlamp, I put on my cell phone light, and I'm walking there in the dark, hoping I'm not going to trip on a snake or anything like that. But we sit and we have a meal and we continue talking, and I hear they tell me stories of their life here in Cape Town before they moved down that side, and how it is simplifying your life, how it has impacted them, simplifying their lives to the point where they literally gave away all their possessions and things. And again, it made me think about how hard I'm working to surround myself with possessions. Always think of that saying that says we work jobs we don't like to make money to buy things to impress people we don't like. You know, I probably messed that up, but you get the gist of it. We fill our homes with things we don't need. As you can see over there, I've got a whole DVD collection, but I don't have a DVD player. So yeah, I'm grateful for the lessons that was taught that night. We sat till late night, till about 9 o'clock. Uh, it doesn't mean that's late for me because the next morning I had to be up again. I go back to my bedroom, my home. I phone my wife. I'm not gonna tell you what I said. Yeah, I said goodnight to her, sent messages to my daughters, and went to go sleep. Had an amazing night's rest. But I woke up in the middle of the night, and I'm not gonna lie, the sounds of a forest, something different for a city boy, but it was amazing. I woke up the next morning around 5 o'clock, and surprise to surprise, Jeanette, so you guys were awake already. Porridge, not porridge, breakfast was my done. The coffee was standing ready. Um, they were ready to take me down to the main road. It was, it was sad to say goodbye, but it was a good cleanse. I did not know that morning that I would meet them and that I would stay in their home, that we would connect. I did not know what was in store for me. And again, that was the beauty of this walk. You never know what is awaiting for you. That's kind of what I was learning all along in this on this walk. You can't plan things. You you can, but you can't control things. Things fall apart. Things change. Plans don't always go according to, well, plans. I allowed Jesus to take the wheel. And that night, instead of sleeping in front of the police station or at the police station like I thought I would need to because I didn't have accommodation, I ended up staying in a beautiful home with amazing people, beautiful souls, had a lovely meal, and a warm bed to sleep in instead of a cold cell. I'm thankful. Day 2 was yet another success. Um, I got there at Super Spa at around 2:30, 3 o'clock. They came to fetch me. We were at their home. I had the whole afternoon to rest. So the next morning I was ready for the next walk from Grabouw to Hermanus. But I'll tell you that next time. For now, thank you for sitting with me. Again, a bit of a long one, but I'm sorry. The heart is filled. I can't shorten it. Thank you guys. Love you. I'll speak to you again soon.